Greetings and salutations. The Alabaster Bastard returns, this time from the highest elevation lake on Earth, Lake Titicaca. What you are looking at is the small town of Copacabana. When most people think of Copacabana, they think of skimpy Brazilian girls in bikinis. Ain't gonna find any of that here. The name of the game in this town is Get the Gringo. Gotta rub these for good luck. I was almost just charged $10 to look at a rock. And while it is a special rock, the Inca del Hora, it's just an old astronomical site. And I have a gripe against paying that much for nature. We are going to go into this city just for a brief walk before tomorrow we camp on the only island of the sun. Lake Titicaca is also known as the sacral chakra of the earth, man. It's known for creativity, passion, sexuality. We're gonna dip our toes in those waters for a couple-day camp out that's gonna absolutely break the internet. Copacabana, sexuality, flowers, as well as scamming as many gringos as possible. This Hora del Inca, this archaeological site, it's pretty interesting because when the colonials came in the 1800s, they tried to say it was a guillotine. The locals said, this thing has been here since 1300. It's a clock, as you can see here. But something they don't tell you, you're gonna have to pay to get in there. You can't believe everything you read about these sites. Obviously, it's been whitewashed by the colonialists, and we're gonna have to go further back in history as we explore Lake Titicaca. Just a brief walk here through Copacabana before we get an early start tomorrow morning and have a good old classic camp out. Who shaved you? Here we are at the main church in town, the Basilica de Nuestra. This thing is looking huge. Maybe we could poke our heads in here. We got doors within doors, classic. They got the stars on the ceiling. I told you, Lake Titicaca, the Incans especially, known for their astronomical accuracy. I'm gonna have to teach you what a Bach tune is today. Look at this church, guys. This was said to be built by colonialists in 1601. But after the colonialists mislabeled the guillotine, I don't know how much I trust these guys' judgment. This thing is looking mighty ancient. Who says it's not 1300 years old? Just like the other astronomical device. I think there's one other thing to see in here. I already got scammed at the market. They tried to charge me 15 USD for a jar of peanut butter. So I'm gonna show you just one more thing in this town. That fun looking hill. Basilica de Nuestra. I don't know if you're getting the scale of this, guys. I'm not 3 feet tall. That thing is huge. One more hill, and then we'll snap forward to tomorrow on the camp out. Slugging out this climb, we found a friend. Hello. He's having a salad. He's got a pretty sick hairdo. Trying to chill? I think he's just hungry. All right, now I'm feeling amazing. We went from Bolivia's biggest city to this. And there on the horizon, you see Isla del Sol, where we will be spending tomorrow night. I'm sorry, you drop in a new city straight from the bus stop, and people try to start scamming you. It's a big turnoff. But this is the sacral chakra of the earth. I'm not gonna apologize for being passionate. Maybe tomorrow night we get a little bit sexual. That's right. I'm gonna hump the sacred rocks. Seriously, we're going to the Temple of the Sun. This is an epic stop. Supposed to be where the entire Incan Empire begun. And this will be where our beginning of the Andes trek starts. Make sure you guys stay tuned for tomorrow. It's about to pop off. I'll see you all then.
All right. I'll tell you the truth.
Good morning, everyone. From the luminous Copacabana, Bolivia. I checked out of my hostel, the Scam Hostel, early this morning. Minimal financial damage accrued. Threw most of my stuff in a storage room at another place, and we are ready to head to Island of the Sun. In just a couple hours, we're going to be setting sail onto the beautiful Lake Titicaca. An hour boat ride, bumps and bruises on the bum, and then we'll be hiking our way through Island of the Sun. It's a sunny day. Tlaloc, the sun god, has blessed us, and we're not going to let him down. My friends, we have made it to the ever remote Island of the Sun, starting at the epic Temple of the Sun. This is said to be the birthplace of the Incan Empire and the exact birthplace of the first Incan king, Copa Manco. Manco Copa. We learned Copa means illustrative place. There you can see the Island of the Moon, where all the silver offerings were made. And this, the Island of the Sun, it's where all the gold was. So let's hop in there, see if we can find a stash. This was built, allegedly, around the 1300s. And the history, oh my god, this is epic. The history of this island goes back way further. The Incan, they started with Manco Capac. You know, he was the son of the sun god. Born of a virgin, if that sounds familiar. It looks like we got a dead end already. Can we go up there? Is that where the gold is? Before the Incans were the Tawanco people. The Tawanco said that they came from an elemental deity that lived underneath the lake. Its name was Viracocha. Viracocha apparently came out from the bottom of the lake and created giants out of mud. After the giants started to procreate with the normal people, there was a flood. We had to start the whole thing over. Sound familiars? Verifiably, this is the highest lake on Earth. 12,500 feet, covers 3,000 square miles, and at some places is 900 feet deep. Verifiably, we don't know what's underneath there, but it could be Viracocha waiting to recreate the giants. Let's see what else we could find. Now we're getting our frontal view of the Temple of the Sun. Nobody knows the exact translation of what Titicaca means, but the best guess is mouth of the puma. They say from space, you could kind of see it looks like a puma eating a rabbit. There's also accounts that the Incans created the first ever hot air balloons. They sewed together skins of the llamas and were able to fly above and map out the whole lake. In we go.
3, 2, 1.
This is where all the gold was kept. See if we can find some. There's only one real town on this island, Umani. And there are no motorized vehicles. There are some of the highest crops in the world here, where they farm quinoa, potatoes, and they also make barley up here too. I don't know how this thing is built. There's probably some secret rooms up in this bit. And it keeps going.
Buenas tardes.
Viracocha. Buenos. Hola. Another dead end. Viracocha, the god that was said to come from under the water. He was described as a middle height white dude with a white beard, white clothes. In one hand he carried a staff, and in the other hand he carried a book. As my boy Mark Twain said, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Temple of the Sun. Maybe we roll over a rock and Jesus himself comes out. But first, let's say hi to the lambs. I come in peace. Let's check the middle chamber. Hopefully no wedding photos going on. Can we get up here? I think this is where we were before. No gold. Let's get to hiking. The beetle, the Egyptian symbol of higher knowledge. These things are everywhere in here. Yeah, I posted up for a little bit. Hit a couple quick meditations. We'll start the hike for real now. We gotta go up there. You might be able to see people on the ridge. And tonight we're getting a late start. Organization isn't exactly Bolivia's strong suit. So I had to wait 3 hours for the boat, and then it took 2 hours to get here. This is a pretty remote island. So we're just gonna, take it easy for the night, hit most of the hikes tomorrow. It's like a 15-mile circuit around the island. It's gonna be a good one. Get your legs ready. And we have made it up on the High Line. Temple of the Sun fading into the background. We'll take this road a mile or so up to the main city. We're on like the southernmost tip of the island, and then tomorrow we explore the north side. Many goodies in store. Alrighty gang, just one more summit today. I couldn't help myself. We're heading to the top of Palacasa, the tallest point on Island of the Sun. Checked into a little motel there. $10, beautiful, breakfast included. As I said, we're expecting rain 5 to 9 a.m. So let's enjoy some dinner atop the highest point of the island. We'll continue the action bright and early tomorrow. Here we are, atop Palacasa, the tallest island on Isla del Sol. So we learned about the Tiwanaku revelation story. The god drowned the earth because the giants were mating with the normal humans. Well, what happened to the Incans? Legend goes the Apu were the gods of the mountains, and they had a Promethean myth. You're allowed to enjoy the paradise as long as no one climbs to the top of the mountain. The Apu got so mad when man finally climbed to the top of the mountain that they released cougars to hunt down all the men. So the Incans retreated to this island to find safety. But when the almighty sun god found out what the lower Apu did, Seraphim, the sun god cried for 40 days and 40 nights and flooded the earth. And now here we are again, Zis. We're about to enjoy some dinner on top of the highest mountain on the island. You can see where we hiked today, all the way along the coastline. It's so relaxing here, man. 0 motorized vehicles on this island. all you can hear is the wind. This is basically Hippie Island, baby. Let me throw a hippie thought at you before we eat, man. If everything dies, does that mean death dies? I think I found somewhere cooler to eat dinner. Some unfinished shack over on the highest mountain. We're gonna go finish the job over there. Eating style. This is so tough. Looks like somebody's putting in work over here on the land. But the remains are uninhabited. Bro, let's go. Let me put down my food. The mountains. The origin. And where we're going tomorrow. Oh, glory be on high. Praise Tlaloc. Thank you to Apu. Not Apu from The Simpsons. Praise Viracocha. This is going to be a dinner to remember. Got the preparation station ready to go. Classic tortilla. We're going tuna, tomato, and guess what they call this here? Pepino. The spot got mobbed, but that's what happens is sometimes you wins this, and when you me, you only win. The tuna wrap was really good, so we'll post up one more time, roll up another, light that sucker up, and call it a night. Donkey! I told you, we're looking for Fiona. Too close. You want to go head to head? Can I touch you? You're a cool animal. Another. No, no! Should we feed him? I think I got something. Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. Are you even tied to anything? This guy's a free roamer. I'm sorry, I just needed some space. Donkey! Do you like cucumbers? You like pepinos? Want me to put it down for you? No? I tried. Alright, sis. Met some cool people at the top of that mirador there. Shout out Petra. But I promised my viewers at dinner time. Cheers, everybody, to our final night in Bolivia. Could use some greens, being that I gave my pepino to the donkey. Still tastes good. It tastes really good. We got plenty of time tomorrow to do some learning. We're gonna trek the entire north half of the island, all along with you guys. Sub up! Leg up! And I'll see you guys in the morning. Cheers. Everybody, the hike is canceled. I'll spare you the details, but I had the worst food poisoning of my life last night. I had the trout from hell, puked my voice out, coming out of both ends. Did you know trout was only introduced to this lake in the 50s? But catfish, that's the more natural option. So we're gonna cut this one short. It was still pretty great, Temple of the Sun and all. Next week, we're going to be in a brand new country. So I'll see you guys there, fully recovered, in full force. Y'all take it easy.